In the frozen heart of Russia's Ural Mountains lies a mystery that has chilled investigators for more than 60 years. A story of 9 young hikers who set out on an adventure and never returned alive. Their fate became one of the most haunting unsolved cases of the 20th century. Tonight, we reopen the file of the Dyatlov Pass incident and step into the blinding snowstorm that swallowed them whole. January 1959. A group of students and recent graduates from the Ural Polytechnic Institute gathered in Sverdlovsk, eager for an expedition that would test their skill and endurance. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, just 23 years old, meticulous and calm under pressure. Among the group was Zina Kolmogorova, cheerful and strong, Rustem Slobodin, an experienced skier, and Lyudmila Dubinina, fiery and determined. They planned a trek through the rugged peaks of the northern Urals, ending at a mountain ominously named Kholat Syakhl, translated by locals as Dead Mountain, with cameras and diaries packed alongside food and skis. They boarded a train on January 25th, unaware that their journey would become legend. Photographs from the early days show laughter, songs sung over crackling fires, sleds laden with supplies. The group kept meticulous notes, their spirits high despite temperatures plunging well below freezing. On January 31st, they reached the edge of the highlands, pitched a base camp, and prepared for the steep climb toward Dyatlov Pass. A storm rolled in as February began, winds screaming across the slopes. Still, they pressed on, building a final tent on an exposed ridge. It was February 1st, the last night anyone would see them alive. When no messages arrived as planned, families grew anxious. By February 20th, a rescue team set out, trudging through waist-deep snow. On February 26th, they spotted something strange against the white. A large canvas tent, half buried, its side slashed open from within. Inside lay boots, coats, food, even the hikers' diaries, all abandoned as if they had fled in terror. Tracks led down toward a stand of cedar trees. Rescuers followed and found the first 2 victims lying beside the remains of a small fire, dressed only in underwear, bare feet frozen solid. 3 more bodies surfaced nearby, posed as if crawling back toward the tent, fingers raw from clawing at the snow. Weeks later, beneath 4 meters of hard-packed snow in a ravine, searchers uncovered the remaining 4 hikers. Their injuries shocked investigators. 2 with fractured skulls, 2 with crushed chests, yet no external wounds. 1, Lyudmila, was missing her tongue. Their clothes carried faint traces of radiation. The tent showed no sign of an attack from outside. Footprints suggested they had walked calmly at first, not sprinted. Why would experienced mountaineers cut open their shelter and step into -30 degrees Celsius darkness, leaving boots and coats behind? Over decades, explanations multiplied. Some blamed a Yeti or escaped prisoners. Others whispered of Soviet weapons tests, strange lights in the sky, or secret KGB missions. A scientific theory gained ground. A slab avalanche, a shallow block of snow breaking loose and sliding silently onto the tent, forcing them to escape before it collapsed completely. Confused, frostbitten, they wandered too far, some falling into the ravine. Another idea speaks of katabatic winds and infrasound, low-frequency vibrations that can trigger overwhelming fear, driving people to flee without reason. Hypothermia explains the paradoxical undressing, as victims in final stages often feel burning heat and tear off clothes. In 2019, Russian authorities re-examined the files, concluding that a rare avalanche and exposure were to blame. Yet many remain unconvinced. The photographs, the radiation, the violent injuries without external wounds all feed a sense of something unfinished. Standing today at Dyatlov Pass, wind howling across endless snow, one can almost hear the echoes of 9 voices, lost to time. More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident continues to stir debate and inspire documentaries, books, and even films. Was it a tragic accident, a military cover-up, or something stranger still? Share your theory in the comments. And if you love exploring the world's darkest mysteries, subscribe to Dead Silence, hit the bell, and join us as we uncover more stories that refuse to stay buried, because sometimes the past whispers in the wind, waiting for someone to listen.